How are we, adventurers? How are we enjoying our second day of Comicon so far? Perfect. It's nice to hear a very lively crowd. We are joined by our lovely little Jimmy the Mimmy right now.
My name is Tomato.
Don't
forget about Splat.
We can't forget about Splat, of course. My name is Aaron, or Az if you prefer. I am the host of the Open Table. We are a community which helps people get involved into Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm joined today by...
Hello, I am Jay. I am one of the DMs and admins of the Open Table. I am also a voice actor, so prepare for me to slip into different voices as I get more nervous.
Indeed. And as you see on this lovely screen here, we are going to be doing some character creation with you people today, but we want to make sure that the people who are listening to us and the people who are joining in are feeling a little bit lively. So we have a little bit of a task for you guys today. We're going to go around the audience, or as a whole preferably, we want to hear your best goblin war cry. You're all familiar with goblins within Dungeons and Dragons, little horrible little things which skulk around the woodlands. And,
Hey.
No, and they kind of are.
They're cute.
Yeah, well, anyway, we want to hear a goblin war cry. Jay, can you tell me or show us what a goblin war cry would sound like?
It'll be my pleasure.
Now, if you heard that in the middle of the woodlands, you'd probably run the other way, right? So, on the count of three, I want everyone here watching us to do their best goblin war cry. Don't be shy. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, go!
I feel like let's split them down the middle.
Okay.
And let's see how each side fares against the other.
Okay, so a little bit of a competition going on. Okay, right. Well, we'll go with my side first. We'll call them Aaron's Horde. So, Aaron's Horde, can I hear your best goblin war cry? 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Wonderful. That was really good. That was really good.
My guy's going to kick your butt. All right, guys. I think there's slightly more of us, so we've got the advantage, okay, guys? So, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's how it is. So, it's nice to hear that there's so many fellow goblins within the crowd today. We are going to be doing an interactive character creation. If you guys have played Dungeons and Dragons before, you would know that you need a character to be able to play the game. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be asking you guys to get involved with us to create characters. Myself and Jay are going to personify these characters. You guys are going to help us decide who they actually are. So if you have an idea or something, you can either do a war cry, put your hand up, or I'll throw a mimic at you and hope it doesn't bite your neck out. So, but first of all, within character creation, I guess if we're going to be characters, then the most fun thing to do is begin with a name. Does anyone have a name for my character? Any goblins out there want to put a hand up? And
Alright, we're going to throw the mimic.
Yeah, throw a mimic.
Alright.
Someone put a hand up.
Great throw. That was a great throw.
That was
There we
amazing.
go. Young lady. Person.
Arastif. My name is Arastif. Arastif. That is my character's name. Awesome. Perfect. That's really cool. We love fantasy names. What about a name for Jay's character?
Alright, I'm liking it again. Hey!
Catch it.
You didn't catch it. Give me a name. Zaccheo. I like it. Zaccheo.
So what was it again? Alastif and Zaccheo. Cool. So, I am Alastif for today. Lovely to meet you. And
I am Zaccheo. Nice to meet you.
And indeed, one of the first things about character creation is understanding who indeed you are within this world. You may define yourselves by a species or a class, but it's much, much more than that.
I don't know how to use it. Can you help?
Well, how would you describe just the introduction of who is a character, who they are, and what they would do within the world?
So a character is comprised of many aspects, as we all are. They have their job, they have their passions, but they also have their backstory and where they've been and what they've done prior to this. And how they make decisions based on that.
Exactly. And as you see on this screen here, there's many Pokemon fans, I've seen loads around, but it's a favourite quote of mine that I love to use, and it's one said by Mewtwo at the end of the first film, the best Pokemon film in my opinion. The circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are, and it's exactly the same with the character. As you are playing through games of Dungeons and Dragons, it's the decisions you make as you go through which determines your epicness of a character.
100%. So, the first choice we make when we create a character is what class are they going to be? So a class is your job. It's what you do in this world. Now, that could be absolutely anything that is within the rules. You could be a paladin, a holy warrior that fights for their god's righteousness.
You could be a extremely muscly and rageful barbarian. It is the thing which you decide and hold throughout life. Your character decides right from either the start. They could be born as a sorcerer with awesome powers, or learn those powers as a wizard.
Absolutely, and it could be that it could be that they came to their job later in life, or it could be that they had an innate talent for it. It's entirely up to you.
And I guess it is actually up to them. So guys, as you give us our name, we're also going to need a couple of classes as well. So what would my character's class want to be? Anyone want to shout out their favourite class in Dungeons and Dragons?
Barbarian!
No. Oh, barbarian. Awesome. I am a barbarian. Wonderful. Okay, and what about one for Jay? A class for Jay, anyone?
God, I love it!
Barbarian.
I didn't see that one coming.
No, not of course. No, not at all. So indeed, with classes, in Dungeons and Dragons, your class will be better at some things than other things would be. For example, my barbarian might be better at taking the forefront of a battle, using a huge battle axe to take on an enemy, whereas a bard
might use their magical abilities through that are divined through song and performance. So that could be any kind of performance. You could be a dancer, you could be like a sleight of hand magician, let's say. You could be a musician or a singer. Any kind of performance or artistic style that you want to carry through. They're also very good at persuading.
They are also very good at persuading people. Barbarians are as well, but more with fists.
It's more of a do this or I'll hit you.
When the job gets done, the job gets done. But the best thing about Dungeons and Dragons and creating a character is you can go on so many adventures and you do not have to be just locked into just one class. There is something called multi-classing. We won't go into this now. We can go into this at a later date if you wish to do that. But the best thing about it is there's so many adventures that you can go on with different DMs, and if you do not like the class you're playing, you can always just switch to another one when creating a new character.
Absolutely, and don't feel like you have to get locked into archetypes either. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. Well, there's such thing as stereotype. There's no such thing as like one size fits all. You could be a very smart barbarian. You could be a shy bard. How that will work, I'm not entirely sure, but give it a go.
This is it. So classes, it's one of the most main and important things to focus on. But you have a class, you have a name, but exactly what is the character in terms of their species? In D&D it used to be called races, it's called species now, and I guess within the main sort of handbook from Dungeons and Dragons, there are specific ones, but the best thing about Dungeons and Dragons is you can be absolutely anything you want to be.
Within the realms of the rules or what the DM allows.
Yeah, exactly. There are things like homebrew races and homebrew species that you can take part with, but mainly in Dungeons and Dragons, it's the one that you see throughout any sort of fantasy tropes. You have your gnomes, you have your orcs, you have your goblins.
You could be a devilish tiefling who is linked to the hell realms. You could be a half elf. You could be even a half dwarf. Whatever you want to be. You can make it work.
The best thing about being a certain species within Dungeons and Dragons is, again, they all have their sort of normal fantasy tropes and things that you would expect. If you're an elf, you would probably expect them to come from the woodlands. If you were a dwarf, you'd probably expect them to come from deep within the mountains in the caves. But you don't have to be locked into any of these ideologies when it's choosing your species. So again, we'll get you guys to join in. Does anyone, people from the back maybe, anyone want to give me a species for what my barbarian is going to be? An orc. An orc barbarian. Wonderful. Perfect.
Are we going with the American armor?
Yeah, apparently so. And what about with Jay? What about species for Jay? What about someone over here?
A drow. I like you.
Very nice and depressing. You see a lot of
So
darkness.
sad.
So I'm just a big orc who smashes things, and you get to be like the most eloquent man of the night who plays this little something awesome.
That's an elf of the night. An elf of the night.
Perfect. So indeed, yes. So we have our classes, we have our species, we have our names. Now,
on to ability.
Oh,
now
God,
this is
abilities.
where things get a little bit tricksy. If you like math, you'll like this. If you don't like math, tough. Suddenly realised I can't swear.
Some of you might be thinking why there's a tomato on the screen, and why indeed Jay, or what's your character's name, sorry?
What was my name?
Zacchaeus. Why Zacchaeus has a tomato in their hand? Zacchaeus, why do you have a tomato in your hand?
Well, it's very simple. Splat here is going to help me to explain what exactly the abilities in Dungeons and Dragons mean. So, first of all, we have strength. How strong is your character? AKA, how far or how hard can I throw a tomato? Now you can see that Az lacks dexterity, which means that he couldn't catch the tomato.
Signal.
Now in terms of Constitution is how well... Oh, you're holding on to that, my friend.
Okay.
The Constitution is how well you can handle extreme measures taken on your body. So it could be extreme temperatures, extreme environments, or poisons and alcohol. In this case, it's can Az eat the rotten tomato without getting sick?
I would take a bite, but it's awfully cute, so I'm not going to do that.
Don't bite it. Don't
No.
bite Splat.
It's tempting. It's tempting
After
for a
that-
barbarian.
After that, we have intelligence. Now, intelligence is all about your book learning. It's what you've learned as you've gone along in the world, aka knowing a tomato is a fruit and not indeed a vegetable. However, on the opposite side of that, we have wisdom. Wisdom is all about our philosophical understanding, our understanding of the world and how it operates. So, even though it is a fruit, it should never be put into a fruit salad.
No, not even if you're a barbarian. That's barbaric.
It's heresy is what it is. Finally, we have charisma. Now, charisma is partially how you present yourself to the world. So, are you very outgoing and able to influence people? And also, all right then.
Yes, I was being flamboyant and charismatic.
Oh, marvelous! It was glorious. But it's also your self-belief. So paladins, for instance, use charisma as their spell-casting ability because they have a lot of self-belief. You can find that in the kind of trope of the very devoted paladin, the very devoted warrior to their god. In this regard, it's how much could I sell the tomato to Az for? Much gold.
Much gold.
Much gold.
Yeah, I mean, I think
The crown, I think the crown.
The crown?
The crown. Look at the beautiful tomato. Look at this glorious tomato, this very cute tomato. It could be your little chameleon.
We'll take care of the crown.
I will take good care of the crown, as long as you take good care of Splat.
It belonged to a king which I beheaded.
Oh, marvellous. Well, Splat belongs to no one, but he's currently your friend. Thank you very much.
A deal was struck, and now I have a...
You have a tomato, and I have a kingdom.
Wonderful.
So I have a lot of charisma, and well, Az has very little
crown
dexterity.
now. Yeah, awesome, perfect. But abilities don't just have to be constrained to those ones which are on the screen just then. Those are the basic ones. As you play through Dungeons and Dragons and get more and more into it, each of those categories splits down into more subcategories of the abilities, such as persuasion and things like that. And again, these are things which we can go a lot much more into if you were to have a look on what we're doing with the open table, and we can help you build a character more personalised to you. But
A Dungeon Master or Game Master can also explain those things to you.
exactly, yes. But after, so we have our abilities checked. So I guess me as a barbarian, my strength and constitution would be pretty high, whereas a bard,
I would have quite good dexterity and charisma.
indeed. But so we've got these characters. We've chosen our names, we've chosen the species that we're going to be, and the classes. But there is one thing which makes a character who they are more than any other, and that is their background. So in Dungeons and Dragons, backgrounds are not limited to the confines of your imagination. They do have specific ones within the rule books that you can choose, such as a noble. But again, a background doesn't always have to be something that you just lock in from a piece of paper. It is the story from where your character originated.
It's where you've come from. It's who you've been before you started adventuring. So if you were a druid, maybe you were an outlander, someone who lived on the fringes of society, not really engaging with the city folk too much. Or if you're a bard, you're probably going to be some kind of a performer. However, you can, of course, talk to your DM, and you can come up with custom backgrounds, or you can mix and match parts of backgrounds in order to suit your purposes. It's entirely up to you and how flexible your DM wants to be, or generous.
Generous DMs are always the best.
They always are.
But you would notice a lot of the times when you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, if you speak to your Dungeon Master or your Game Master, part of your background can actually be interlaced into the story, and you can, with your party, take on quests which explore parts of your background. Was your whole family murdered or something and you want to find the culprit for it? Did your library burn down and you need to understand why that happened? It can be all put in with just a simple talk to your Dungeon Master.
Absolutely. Okay, so now we come on to alignment. What kind of person are you? So are you a good person? Are you a kind of selfish, out for yourself person? Or are you just down and out, bad to the bone?
Indeed, you can see that there's a little bit of a chart here which Dungeons and Dragons go by, which goes all the way from lawful good to chaotic evil. Now again, these are just things to help you understand your character when you're creating them. You do not have to by any means keep these ideologies as you play through the game. One of the most fun things about Dungeons and Dragons is finding things out within the world, or your character does, which changes their opinion and views on things. Did you start as good and end up evil? We all have an evil character arc, and we all have a good redemption story, don't we?
100%. One of the wonderful things about Dungeons and Dragons is it is a storytelling medium, and you're there to tell the story with your games master. So you can absolutely change as you go, or maybe your character kind of flits in between throughout their journey. Maybe you're a little bit lawful good, but sometimes you edge into chaotic. Maybe you're primarily out for yourself, but as you go along, you make friends and you think, I suppose I like these people, maybe I'll help them a bit more than I have been.
And the best thing, alignment and background always tie in with each other. Did things happen within your background which forces you to be one of these, and then you meet people along the way and they teach you the better ways of life? But I guess that's up to you guys, as you've decided that we're barbarians and we are bards, and I'm an orc and you are a drow?
A drow.
A drow, indeed. Someone give me something traumatic that could have happened in my barbarian's background to force me to be the way I am. Anyone?
You're divorced!
Well, I'm divorced. I'm divorced. Wonderful. She broke so many things, including my heart. It's okay, I'm good. Divorced orc barbarian. Wonderful, thank you. And what about a background for Jay's character?
So
What was it? Divorced the barbarian.
I divorced the barbarian. Look, I gave you the kids, didn't I?
I didn't want the kids.
Something had to happen, I didn't want them.
Wanted to be a musician, but you got the guitars and everything. Wonderful. Okay,
Fingers are so fat.
So wonderful. We are. We are prior spouses.
Apparently so.
Wonderful.
So,
Awesome.
what about alignment? So, in terms of alignment, we obviously have good, neutral, and evil. We've gone through that. So, we'll do a quick little rundown of what lawful, neutral, and chaotic mean. Lawful means that you obey the law. In terms of good, that would mean that the law as written, that is what you obey. In terms of neutral, you have your own laws that you abide by. You don't necessarily like society's laws. You kind of have your own rules and stricters.
Yeah, shoot. You had your own rules all the way through our marriage, to be honest.
Oh well, you know, you would say that when I caught you with that goblin.
She was a work colleague.
Didn't look like work to me. And then finally we have lawful evil. Lawful evil, maybe you're evil within the confines of the law. I think we can all think of a few people like that. Elon! In terms of neutral is very much down the middle. Maybe you flip between the more extremes, or maybe you have your own version of them. So true neutral is one of the most difficult ones to play because it's basically you're really selfish, and you just do everything that you want to do, and it's everything that benefits you as it benefits you. Chaotic.
You're just neutral all the time, according to you.
Well, do one. I ain't got anything. It's just I look into that stupid dumb face and I just
Married this dumb face for 20 years, you should be happy about it.
sick of it. Chaotic is all about. Chaotic is partly about making up your own rules, but it's partly about doing the unexpected. So, in terms of chaotic good, you do good things, but those good things might not necessarily be the things that society likes you doing. You know, he stole a loaf of bread. He shouldn't go to prison, so I'm going to break him out. Chaotic neutral. Again, neutral. You're trying to flip between evil and good a little bit. And chaotic evil, well, you just do bad things because it's fun.
I think we all know a few people within Dungeons & Dragons who are very chaotic evil, some of the villains and everything, but I would usher a word of caution to any dungeon master out there, or in fact any player who's willing to create a chaotic evil character. Plans might not go the way that you want them to, but it's always a little bit fun to be a little bit chaotic and evil, if you ask me, but it doesn't have to be. You don't have to stick by them. It's just always good to play around. So,
okay, so here we come on to my favourite subject, voices and role-playing. So, we've done all the math, we've written everything down on our character sheet, but we get to do the fun part now, which is bringing our character to life within the game.
indeed.
So it's one of the most rewarding things is sitting down with your friends, role-playing situations with them, and just seeing how you're going to react. Now, one of the things that can help us with this is a backstory. Now, a backstory is something that we also use in acting. It's where we construct a little life for our character prior to the point where we are meeting them. And that's to determine, you know, how are they going to make decisions moving forward, and what are the things that happen to them that influenced the way those decisions are made. So, for instance, with our divorce, maybe I'm a little bit cautious of getting into bed with another orc, because apparently they can't be trusted around goblin work colleagues.
Maybe I have now an irrational fear of utensils that should be washed and cleaned every 6 hours, even though they're perfectly fine for about 2 weeks. You met a family of orcs?
You're vile.
Well, yes.
Vile.
Different ideologies, I suppose. But
That affection you got when I stabbed you with the fork proves otherwise.
Hey, I'm still working over it. That little witch in the forest helped me clean it out. It's fine. But yes, indeed, background will always roll in to your roleplay of the character. So giving yourself little tasks, either whether you're in the shower or doing your shopping, and thinking about what your character would do in certain situations based on how they have grown up or the things that they have faced in the past. It would be amazing to a little task for you guys to do. So,
100%. And roleplay can be nerve-wracking. It can be scary to sit at a table with a bunch of people, especially if you don't know them, and be like, I'm going to be playing a different character for a little while, this is a bit scary. The only thing I can say is that everyone is scared. I've been doing this for 30 years as a profession, I still get scared. So the main tip I can give you is that if you come up against a situation and you don't really know how your character's going to act, take a second to think. You've got all the time in the world. No one's asking you to answer right now. No one's like pressuring you to come up with the perfect answer, because whatever you come up with is just going to be canon. So go wild. Think about what your character would do in that situation.
Exactly, and the best thing about being in a party with your friends or your peers is you get to create this story together. So discussing and just simply saying what my character would do, rather than taking a 5-star acting course or trying to mimic something that you've seen within a film, just telling the dungeon master and telling the people in your party, this is what I think my character would do in this situation, is perfectly just as fine. But of course, we all love to see really cool actions and role plays and monologues and things, epic voices that happen, but again, it's just not necessary. It's awesome, but it's not necessary. So, I guess we'll put it to you guys again. We have our barbarians and bard who are divorced. I am an orc, you are a drow. Very strange matchup, but we would like either a voice or an accent that me and Jay can either personify to better bring these characters to life. Does anyone have a voice or an accent that my barbarian can do? No, I'm
So
going to
let me help you guys out a little bit. So when we do a voice, okay, there's no pressure to do a voice, but when we do a voice, there's a little trick I like to use,
Okay.
which is to take a physical characteristic of that character, and then think about how that might affect their voice. So as an orc, a big burly dude, you might have quite a deep voice.
Okay.
Because big things have deep voices. It's just a fact of science.
Most times.
And then we can take a psychological aspect. So
That's a long word.
it is a mental aspect.
That is
There we
better.
go.
That is
Your
better.
brain, the thing that rattles around. So, someone give me a mental or psychological aspect of this character that we could then put to a voice. I'm going to throw a mimic at someone if they don't answer.
Someone's gonna mimic.
Excited. Constantly excited.
Constantly excited.
Constantly excited. So,
I love divorce. Divorce is amazing.
so there's a lot of ways that we can do this.
Dying
There
inside.
there are traits of the voice, and what I would say is a great way to do that would be to fluctuate your pitch and tone quite rapidly and keep them very high energy.
Okay. So if I'm just talking about, well, let's be going to the shops, and we love going to the shops, so I guess in Dungeons and Dragons it's more called the store, I guess, and that would be more taverners, but either way, I love it, and I'm definitely not dying inside about my lost wife. Yes.
It seems funny
That's
now.
good.
Try living with it for 20 years.
And indeed, a personality characteristic or a mental characteristic for our Drow bard. Anyone?
Any kind of mental characteristic for the Drauber. Egotistical. I don't know.
Just-
what you're talking about.
This is why it ended. I'm trying to
So
be
for an
confident.
egotistical character, you can play that a number of ways. A lot of it's going to come through in what you say, but importantly, it's going to be how you say it and how it's going to affect your character. So, for instance, if someone was to say something negative about me, it would come up like my reply to them could be very, very stern and angry, or my reply to them could be very nonchalant because I just think, darling, I absolutely don't know what you're talking about.
Your perfume was always really overpowering.
That's just your large nostrils, dear. I smell divine. So somebody
mother's
give me
nostrils.
a physical characteristic of my character. Now, that could be an accent, or it could be something else that's physical that could affect my voice. An Australian accent, okay, no problem, I can do that. An egotistical Australian drow, because I'm from down under, you know. It's actually a really good accent to do for egotistical, because it's already very high energy.
Great.
Perfect.
I can see
Okay.
exactly why I fell in love with them in the first place. In the first place. That's better. That's more exciting.
All right, lovely guys. So we've got my Australian bard, and we've got your.
My wildly
Overexcited
excited orc. Wonderful.
So as I said again, there is absolutely no pressure ever to do a voice in Dungeons and Dragons. But if you want to, I find that it helps to channel the character a little bit better. It helps to bring them alive at the table a little bit more, and it helps you to disconnect from yourself and connect to them. However, there are a few little things I would like to say, little things I'd like to mention. Make it easy on yourself. The
Do
reason I
not
have the
stray.
2-point rule is because it's not too much to think about. You know, you can think, oh, okay, I've got this accent, so I'm just going to do this accent. Or maybe you think, oh, I'm going to rough it up a little bit, so it's just a little bit more like that. But don't make it too complicated for yourself. Make it something that you can slip into very easily. The other thing is to make sure it's not too much of an extreme voice. Let's say I'm playing a kobold or a goblin, and I decide that my voice is going to sound like this the entire time. In 4 hours of playing, it's going to sound like, hey guys, do you want to go to the tavern?
Always the way. You can't strain it too much. You have to find something that is comfortable.
Comfortable, sorry. You have to find something that is very comfortable with your voice that you can maintain. But of course, as situations arise within the campaign, within the adventures that you go on, your emphasis and your tone and your opinion towards them and the way that you voice that character can indeed change. If something is exciting, then you can be exciting. But if you want to be a complete narcissist for the whole relationship, then you can be egotistical.
Better to be a narcissist than an idiot.
Well, That was the.
I don't think it is actually. Don't be a narcissist, guys.
No.
But indeed, roleplay and voicing are some really fun things that you guys can get into when playing your characters. I'm sure if a Dungeon Master is playing with you, they will do a lot of different voices and stuff as they go through. So just match their energy, match their vibe. And if it's something that you feel comfortable doing, then hey, give it a go. It's not gonna
And
hurt.
you know what? When you got into your character and you're 6 months down the line and you decide, you know what, I want to do a voice for my character, just do it. Just do it. Surprise the guys at the table and they'll be like, oh my god.
Show off your acting skills.
Amazing.
Oh, yes, indeed. So unless, well, I can't remember what the next slide was.
What's the next slide? Let's go to the next slide.
You guys have helped us today. Thank you very much for creating a few.
Give yourselves a big round of applause.
We have
The Orcish barbarian who is rather excited for everything.
You suddenly Kermit the Frog.
Yeah. And his ex-wife.
Apparently Miss Piggy maybe?
maybe. But we have come to the part of our thing where we would like to either ask you some questions either about character creation, or if you want to get a bit more fun and involved and just ask us about the characters and our lives that we have created as well, that would be cool too. But by all means, if you don't think of a question now or you want further help creating a character, you can join the open table. We are on Discord, we run games, we do campaigns on YouTube which you can go and watch. We help people with Dungeon Master world building and of course, character creation.
I will say, if you're going to Google it, search Open Table Gaming, because otherwise you will end up at a random restaurant somewhere in America.
There was a catering service before, but we think ours is better. So anyway,
But yes, any questions from the audience about character creation in general that we would be
happy to answer.
Do I need to throw a minute?
But someone's just going to get a mimic thrown
Any
out.
questions? Don't be nervous, guys. We all had to start somewhere.
Okay, first of all, hands up if you guys have actually played Dungeons and Dragons before. Wonderful.
I
Nice.
love the amount of adventurers in here.
Hands up anyone who's playing a campaign at the moment. Wonderful. Throw it for someone with a hand up. Keep your hands up.
So, hey, keep your hands up, keep your hands up, keep your hands up.
Keep your hands up.
Oh, there's a few less hands there, I can tell. Oh,
Yes.
this young person has not answered a question yet
Okay.
or said nothing. I'll go down with the microphone.
Yes,
Oh,
do
they've got
it.
a microphone.
What are the kids like? You said that you had children. So
Oh. Considering I'm the full-time carer for them now, they're good kids. They sit in and play Dungeons and Dragons, I guess, because it's probably the best thing. It's a weird Inception thing going on here, but yeah, the kids are nice. They take after their father. They do. They're very hardworking.
Unfortunately.
No, very hardworking, and
One of them picked up my loot and they broke all the strings.
well, that's good.
That's all you need to know. They broke the strings on my loot, ruined my performance for the night.
They thought I told them it could be a battle axe. You can't have strings on a battle axe.
Does it look like a battle axe? Have you ever seen a battle axe made out of wood?
Half of mine is. The stick bits. Listen, I'm just excited about not being a barbarian. Okay, I don't know. But thank you very much for your question. The kids are
Thank you
very
very
fine.
much.
Thank
I
you.
hate them.
Yes. You should have them at least once a week, and then you'll be able to see.
Okay,
Hands up to our
hands.
people who have been playing Dungeons and Dragons recently. There's so many less hands than before.
There's so many less hands. Okay, I know you want to answer something. Go on, I can see it in your eyes.
Good throw. I mean, it was okay, I guess.
I'm the one with the dexterity.
So, how many children do you have? And,
Too many.
and how many are we suspicious that they are the goblins?
Well, the problem is that, elves and goblins, we both have pointy ears, so do orcs. But goblins, they have these ragtag ones that stick out to the side, whereas mine are nice and delicate, and you can certainly tell. With Gunther, those are the most sticky out ears I've ever seen in my entire existence, and I've been alive for 400 years.
Gunther has a very special personality, and he's going to be an amazing warrior one day. His ears have nothing to do with this. We have spoken about this time and time again. Stop picking on Gunther. If you want to focus on anyone, you should focus on Elrin. She's a little bit of a...
Elrin is the only good one out of them.
She has...
Elrin is a darling.
She's a thief. She's a thief. She stole at least 6 gold from me.
Good.
Yes, and now you
Made me
stole
back for my loot.
Now you have a crown, so tomatoes, wonderful. Yes, exactly. Indeed, thank you so much for your question. Yes, give it a throwback. Woo, that was good.
Okay, anyone who hasn't played Dungeons and Dragons before but wants to?
You haven't played?
You!
Yeah,
Youngster. Young Tanjiro. Take the mimic. Can we get a microphone for Tanjiro? Thank you very much. Can I get, before we begin, can I get your best Inosuke show? Inosuke! Inosuke! I love it! That's great! That was really good! Okay, what's your question? You can't ask me anything about Dungeons and Dragons, anything at all.
How many campaigns have you played?
How many campaigns have I played?
That's a good question.
Well, I think the very important question, and I think the D&D players in the room will understand this, is how many campaigns have I finished? Do so. But I have played. How many? I can't stop doing this accent now. I'm stuck in
locked into
I'm
that.
stuck in it.
I'm afraid. Sorry, you're now Australian.
I think 5 or 6, maybe. Oh no, 7. My wife is telling me 7. 7 campaigns.
And you haven't finished one of them.
No.
No. Well, doesn't that just
Several
surprise
of them are
you, huh?
ongoing. Okay.
Okay, fair enough. And me probably, oh God, I think it's probably around the same, to be honest. I've only finished 2 campaigns. I was playing Curse of Strahd, I finished that one, and also Tyranny of Dragons, and we run one at the moment that we're playing. It's called Blood and Sand. You can catch that on YouTube, and that one won't be over for quite a while, but I can promise you, we will finish that campaign.
We will, even if it
will.
takes us to our deaths.
Yes, exactly. Teaching of deaths.
To our deaths.
Indeed. But brilliant question.
Great question. Thank you so much. I'm going to take the mimic back.
Wonderful. I think unless anyone has absolutely any more questions just about character building
We got some people back
awesome.
here.
Go on, throw it to that. See how far your throw is. Dexterity, here we go. Woo! You nearly took someone. I'm sorry about my wife, ex-wife. She's not all there.
I wasn't all there for our marriage, I can tell you that.
Hello, sir.
What would you say makes a character memorable? Like the most memorable thing about
Brilliant question.
Good question.
Making
You go
a
first.
character memorable. Other than the actions that they do throughout the campaign, there's a brilliant thing with Dungeons & Dragons which your Dungeon Master can award you with, and it's called heroic inspiration. And that's when if you do something truly amazing that the whole party gasp at, that can be awarded to you, and it's sort of a reward to go through for the rest. But actions that they do within the campaign, those are the things which define who they are. Their background is where they come from, but the story that they make altogether and the things that they do either to save people or to push things in a certain direction, I think that defines a character who they are. What about you, ex-wife?
I think, personally, that when you're creating a character, one of the wonderful things is when you create or discover an aspect about them that actually affects you and touches you, and that might happen during the campaign or the game where you come across a moment that actually really affects you, or it might be something in their backstory that is personal to you, or that as you're writing it you think, oh wow, that actually, I really connect with that. And it's those aspects of a character that are going to shine through because they're the aspects that are important to you. So it's when you make a character important to yourself, it will be important to other people.
To be honest, I've probably made over 20 characters, and every single one of them has a bit of a trait that Aaron possesses within real life. And
As a rock.
I love being able to personify that, even when I'm an overly excited or. But thank you so much for your question. That was amazing.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else? Whilst we have a couple more minutes to talk about character creation.
Oh, we got one over here.
Wonderful. Hello.
We got a mic coming to you. I love your costume, by the way.
Yes, indeed. Their obscure's amazing.
Seriously stuck in this accent. I don't know how I'm going to get out of it.
What is the most unhinged thing that a DM could do to make a game more enjoyable for the players?
Unhinged thing
Unhinged.
that they could do.
Yeah, I'm running
Oh,
the
we're
campaign
asking
for these guys at the moment.
So this is market research.
Alright, you go first. I think I've got a
Oh
couple.
god, the most unhinged thing.
The
I
most
can
unhinged-
do-
okay,
At the
so-
table, something I can do as the dungeon master at the table that will make me
so an
oh,
action that they take, or a rule that they implement, or just whatever.
well,
Anything at all. Okay.
Props are always a very fun thing to include within your game. So if you know that your party is about to come into, I don't know, one of the most heinous dungeons that you've ever seen, having a prop in there, or perhaps just the most simple prop of all, which any dungeon master's out there, go and spend £3 and get yourself just a, what's the time dial thing called? An hourglass. Go get yourself an hourglass. Just look at them, put them in a dungeon, and then just go, and stay silent and watch the chaos unfold. Watch the faces drop. It's amazing. It's joy.
The other thing I like in those terms is as they're discussing things, as they're walking along and talking, just start rolling dice. And as EA, it doesn't have to mean anything, but I tell you what, the look of terror on their faces as they realise we've been just talking out loud and we don't know who's listening. I personally, I like two things. I like to link things into backstories, and I like subversion and messing with them. So I'll give you an example. So in my 5-year campaign, we had a situation where they were in the bard's hometown, and they were investigating things. They were going through, like, trying to figure out, who it was they were supposed to contact, who it was they were supposed to kill, and the ex-lover of the bard starts acting a bit funny, just a little bit out of character, saying a few things that are a little bit off, And the barbarian, my lovely wife,
Barbarian, yeah.
That's not an accident. That's not an accident. So they confronted the ex-lover, and before you know it, they were turning around saying, "Oh, very clever," and disappearing through a dimension door. And it turns out that they kidnapped the ex-lover, and it was all a ruse to try and get a meeting, a peaceful meeting.
I wish someone would kidnap my ex-lover, if you know what I'm talking about.
I wish someone would kidnap me too, get me away from you. You know what they say about you in Men's Branson?
And a great father?
God, no.
No?
No.
What do they say?
They say, "Oh, here he comes, old loud stinky feet."
Stinky feet? Well, yeah, I guess.
Anyway, I finally abandoned the accent.
I think we have time for just one more question. If anyone has a last question about character creation, otherwise someone's getting a mimic thrown at them, and I promise it will bite it this time. Anyone? Anyone at all?
Oh, we
Man
all
at the
know
back
right
there
back
with the top hat on.
How can we help you, good sir?
Oh,
Right up the head, good stuff. Maybe you are good at dexterity. That was good.
When creating a character, how much do you wonder if modifying memory has been used on your character at any point? How would you roleplay that if it has been used or you suspect it's been used?
Modifying memories?
Okay, so when creating a character, how much do you suspect that modifying memory has been used to create their backstory?
Yes.
I don't, but now I will.
I like, it's a very common theme within my campaigns that I like to use dreams. I like to take aspects of people's backstory when a person has written me their backstory as a dungeon master, and I will have a quick read through it. Any names that pop up, I'll have a quick conversation with them, be very vague about it, and then when the sessions carry on, I will put them also into a little bit of a dreamscape where they can revisit part of those memories and really start messing with them, so the people, not only them, but the players around them don't really know what's canon for that player, don't really know what's exactly true, and it's more fun for you as the player to reveal what's the truth, and it's more fun for me as the DM to mess with your heads. That's the part that's about it.
For a campaign.
Yes. We're only 8 sessions into our campaign, and they've already had 2 dreams, but there's a lot more
I have
to
an
go.
idea for a campaign.
But yes, indeed, if you guys do have any more questions, or you want to get more involved with us and get more specific about the art of character creation, because I would say it's an art, to be honest.
Oh, it absolutely is. There's definitely a lot that goes into it that revolves around performance. performance art, and also just like writing and creative thought.
Exactly. But that's what we do. The Open Table, we are a community which help people play Dungeons and Dragons, create their characters. We do one-to-one character building. We can do workshops to help you. If anyone in the audience is a dungeon master, we can help you create your world or point you in the right direction to be able to create maps and things like that. But
100%. And if you're just looking for a good nerdy community to talk about books with and just hang out with, there's a lot of lovely people on there. This one excluded. You don't know.
I like books just as much as the rest of them. I just can't read them. They just look pretty.
You
They've
like the
got
one with
pictures
pictures
in
in
them.
you.
all the way.
Lummox.
Yes, indeed. But guys, I've been as the host of the Open Table.
And Jay, the voice actor in the Open Table.
Indeed, I'm one of our dungeon masters, and thank you so much for joining us on our character creation journey today. Enjoy the rest of the class.
Thanks, guys.